Let's give them some business. A coalition of 39 states will look into the marketing and sales of vaping products by Juul Labs, including whether the company targeted kids and made misleading claims about nicotine content in its devices. That's the official announcement just yesterday afternoon. And here's more.
We're now joined by Texas, Florida, Nevada, Oregon as the leaders of this 39-state coalition working across the country and taking on what we believe to be a epidemic across the country of youth vaping.
Yeah, Texas is part of this. That's the Attorney General from Connecticut that will lead this multi-state investigation into the San Francisco-based Juul, which is also facing lawsuits by teenagers and others who say they became addicted to the company's vaping products. State officials said they will also investigate the company's claims about the risk, safety, and effectiveness of its vaping products and smoking cessation devices.
Connecticut is leading a 39-state bipartisan investigation of Juul Laboratories with a focus on potentially unfair and deceptive practices, particularly in their sales and marketing. And we're looking hard at how Juul Laboratories may have been targeting young people and teenagers in their sales and marketing.
Yeah, the FDA and a congressional panel, they're investigating whether the company's early marketing efforts, which included online influencers and product giveaways, deliberately targeted our kids.
You know, whether they deliberately targeted kids or not, the fact is they created a situation where kids got interested in it, and it's available to kids, and it's been available to them.
I think the online stuff and the fruity flavors, the cotton candy flavored type stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's obviously targeting kids.
Yeah, maybe they weren't trying to be too direct with it, but come on, yeah, when you have anything that's cotton candy, your average 45-year-old's probably not going to go for it. And the fact is, it is nicotine. It's in their body, and they are getting severely addicted to it.
Yeah.
And the possibility of, just like any gateway drug, they might get bored with it and say, you know what? Let's see what real cigarettes are all about.
Well, listen, some of these kids in these places where they have banned Juul pods, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Some of those kids had to go to cigarettes because they developed a nicotine addiction.
Like anything else.
Straight to the unfiltered Camels.
Yeah, if this is good, let's try something else. Maybe it's even better.
Got an update here on Trudy's Tex-Mex restaurant chain. It's received a loan from several local investors, including the owner of El Arroyo Restaurant, to allow operations to get back up to speed after filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This all according to the restaurant's attorney, Steve Sather. Yeah, this loan will allow the restaurant chain to pay its employees after several missed paychecks. They say the goal is to get the operation humming so that it becomes a viable candidate for sale. They no longer want to keep it. Trudy's Texas Star Inc. has 3 locations in Austin. Trudy's North Star, Burnett Road, Trudy's South Star as well, and on Little Texas Lane and South Congress Cafe. So they're actually looking to get out of the business, these owners.
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, it's absolute. It's become an absolute wreck, and it's really unfortunate. They overbuilt out in between Austin and Dripping Springs.
Big place.
Built a monster out there,
like a super HEB size.
Yeah, on this big chunk of land, and it just absolutely put them under. The problem is, and I'm sorry, but I got to be honest with you. Their food ain't that great, and when you're going to open a restaurant that big, you better have really amazing food.
I guess in the 80s,
I'm sorry to say that.
In the 80s and the 90s, they were kind of the place.
They had a hardcore following, and I think they
What happened? What happened? Competition?
Too much good competition.
Too much good competition,
yeah,
I guess.
Really good competition.
I think you can almost say the same thing about Serrano's. When's the last time you've been to Serrano's?
Been a while. I do like Serrano's, but
I think they're consistent.
They're consistent. I've always liked Serrano's, but
not consistently great, just consistently okay.
I know at one point, I mean, they had a ton of restaurants here. I don't know what they're down to now.
Yeah,
but I wish them all the luck. I want them all to do well, but I'm sorry, Trudy's, man. You've got to up your game. I'm just going to have to say that.
626 here on the Todd and Don Show.
The Todd and Don Show.
I am so glad